Virtual summits are the most powerful online marketing tool available to grow your list, launch your platform, make more money, and create an impact in the world, even if you're just getting started. If you are ready to take your summit to the next level, then tune into the Virtual Summit Podcast with Dr. Mark T. Wade.
Hi, I'm Dr. Mark T. Wade, founder of Virtual Summit Software and creator of the One Day Summit Formula. And I'm on a mission to help you, the summit host, get your summit out to the world in a powerful and impactful way. So let's get started. It's breaking my heart to see so many summits perform like this and then just give up. Maybe it's an incorrect expectation, or maybe it's poor planning. Either way, don't quit because you're so close. Let's talk about what's realistic and how to get you in the top 20% of summits. Hey there, Dr. Mark T. Wade, founder of Virtual Summit Software and your host on the Virtual Summit Podcast. And we're going to get into a little bit of the weeds here on what's typical, what should be expected, and what you can do to kind of increase that when it comes to leads on your summit. Now, before we jump into that, just want to remind you to check out the resources over at virtualsummits.com. Again, virtualsummits.com. We have all kinds of amazing free resources for you to get started on your summit, from our Summitology Foundations training to our Interview Like a Pro to high converting landing pages. And of course, we have our done for you service that you can check out as well called Viral Summits. Now, we need to have a little sit down heart to heart today. There's something that's breaking my heart when it comes to summit hosts running their summits. And I really want to help you overcome it. Having hosted over 20 of my own summits, over 20 of our viral summits done for you, and having helped several hundred hosts launch their summits, I have a pretty unique perspective into summits. And on top of that now, over 127 episodes interviewing summit hosts, and with my Virtual Summit Software now having over 1,500 summits run there, I've seen a lot of summits now. This gives me some data points, and honestly, it's pretty disturbing. There is a pretty clear divide between successful summits and all the others. Now, before I get into the specifics of those and talk about how to increase your success, I have to reiterate, it isn't about the size of the summit or the audience. It's about how engaged they are. Last year, I made over $300,000 to one specific list of 1,000 people. And out of those 1,000 people, only about 350 of them were actually opening emails. I've done a $136,000 launch to a list of 900 people. And even last year, I ran a very niche summit, which only brought in 1,700 leads, but still went on to earn over 6 figures in total income between the summit and the post-summit offer. So I really do not want you to think, want you thinking you must run a 10,000 person summit. You don't. Really, you don't. You can make a lot of money with a summit that generates 500 leads. Plus, you most likely get those leads for little to no investment. Whereas if you were going to run Facebook ads to generate 500 leads, you're looking at a minimum around $5,000. And that's if you could actually get the leads.
Virtual Summits software makes hosting a summit easier than ever. The only software in the world designed specifically for hosting a summit lets you set up a summit in a matter of hours with no tech skill or team needed. You can try out the Virtual Summits software free at virtualsummits.com. But hurry, this is a limited offer.
This is one reason why I love the One Day Summit. Quick, easy, and effective. In a relatively short amount of time and little effort, you could generate 1,000 leads and make around $5,000 to $10,000 and not spend any money. If you're doing a one-day summit series, you could do that almost monthly. So please remember all of that as I dive into today's topic, because I want to talk about a reality that's happening right now. The reality is, there is a pretty clear divide between summit success. There are maybe 20% of summits that are generating over 10,000 leads. And I'd say probably even less than that, generating over 10,000 leads. There's only about 1% of summits that are generating over 50,000 leads, like in 1%. And there's another maybe 20% that gets somewhere between 3 to 9,000 leads. So 20% getting, 1% getting over 50, 20% getting over 10,000, 20% between 3,000 and 9,000. But the majority of the summits, the other 60%, are only generating around 1 to 2,000 leads or less. Again, I don't want this to dishearten you because it's absolutely possible to get 5,000 or 10,000 leads, but not how most people are doing it. Why is it that our average summits and Viral Summits Done For You concierge service sees over 10,000 leads? Why is it that a majority of those running the summits on their own see only around 1,000? Well, it's more than just one answer. The biggest reason, though, can be summed into two answers. One is it was rushed and poorly run summit for the ones that are generating less than 2,000 leads. Rushed and poorly run. Two, there was no relationship with the speakers to get them to promote. Many of the summits that we see doing poorly are straight up violating their speakers. They're sending out these pre-templated emails that literally scream, "I'm a list grabber," which does not entice a speaker to want to promote. Actually, quite the opposite. Well, why did they agree to speak on the summit, you ask? Simple. They wanted to get their message and brand out to more people. I agree it sucks that they didn't help promote it, but at the same time, it's also partly the host's fault. You absolutely must create a summit that matters. There needs to be something special to it. There needs to be a great interview. There needs to be some relationship building happening with the speakers. And again, if you're going to do a summit, you need to have good interviews and you need to have some interview training. We have some free interview training over in our resource area. Ideally, the relationships happen before the summit ever is even brought up to them. Now, I know that can't happen for all the speakers, but it can happen for some. I'm interviewing summit hosts every week that are doing well on their summits, and even some of them that didn't get huge list builds, but they definitely had a major boost in their business. Every single one of them had a well thought out, organized, prepared, and nicely run summit. Too many entrepreneurs are just looking for an easy button. They think because we have virtual summit software that now they can just jump in and do a summit in a month or two and it will generate great results. It's not the case. The other big reason is the summit is far too generic and or just more of the same.
Be sure to check out the speaker management tool inside your virtual summit software, which lets you quickly and easily recruit and manage your speakers on your virtual summit, literally eliminating hundreds of hours of work. Get more information at virtualsummits.com.
Trying to go big, they make it broad topic that's already been done and that doesn't really resonate with the speakers, or other than that, they can talk on that subject. You have to niche your summit down. You have to make sure your messaging is on point, and you need to ensure that there's a bigger purpose or reason for your summit that creates some excitement. Again, another reason I love one-day summits, you can get a super niche, super specific on the topic and messaging. It's harder with a multi-day summit. So what are typical, so it's just how it is. I love multi-day summits. It's just harder. And I do want to say here, again, 2,000 leads on a summit, I don't care what the summit is good. Most businesses take a year to 2 years to generate a couple thousand leads. So if you get 500, 1,000 leads on your first summit, run another one, get another 500, 1,000, or 2,000. As soon as you get to the 2,000 to 3,000 lead mark in your list, especially 5,000 leads on your list, you have a 6-figure or higher business. I'd say you potentially have a 7-figure business, but you have a minimum 6-figure business. So don't get upset. Don't get frustrated if your summit only does 500 to 1,000 leads, especially on your first summit. It's your first summit. Now, again, we're going to talk about some stuff here on how to improve those summits, but don't get so upset about your first summit not performing, and don't give up. Don't quit and say summits don't work, I'm not going to do another one. You've already gone through it. Do another one, generate another 1,000 leads, do another one, make that another 4,000 leads, and build on it. So what are typical list builds from a virtual summit? The biggest list build I've ever heard happen was from Ocean Robin Summits that did over $1 million and had a list build well over 500,000 leads. There was also an essential oil summit that did over 300,000 leads. And in the health space, they are frequently doing summits that do over 100,000 leads. Now, when I say frequently, I mean they're seeing those regularly, a couple times, 3, 4, 5 times a year. But it's still a fraction of the summits that are happening every year. In the health space, 30,000 leads is a great list build from a summit. I mean, that's a great list build. It's a great list build anywhere. 30,000 leads is phenomenal. Now, that's not super common in a lot of other niches, especially if you're going niche within a niche, but it's okay. 10,000 leads is a great summit. Like if you hit 10,000 leads on your summit, you should feel proud. You are in the top, again, 20% of all summits. And that should be your goal, but don't be upset if you don't hit it. As long as you grow your audience and make money on your summit, it's a success. The most common number for well-run summits across the board are between 5,000 and 7,500 leads. 5,000 and 7,000. 5,000 to 7,000. After that, it drops dramatically with the remaining summits being under 2,000 leads. Now, if you ran a summit and got under 2,000 leads, don't get upset. It doesn't mean it's over. You have momentum, use it. As I just said, I ran a small summit last year that had only 1,700 leads. It was a niche within a niche within a niche. 1,700 leads was actually phenomenal, but it's still only 1,700 leads. Now, it did $25,000 in profit on the summit. There was 0 ad spend, and then it did an additional 6 figures with post-summit profit strategy. Why? Because it was niche. The topic was specific, and it was only appealing to the people who had the problem that our summit solved. So it only brought on qualified and then engaged leads. You need to take into consideration what is your industry as well, and how specific is your summit. I would gladly take 1,000 qualified engaged leads over 10,000 generic and unengaged leads. So keep your head up high. Here's the truth. Your first summit is most likely not going to be your best summit.
With the Ever Summit feature inside the Virtual Summit software, you can rerun your summit as if it were live, ongoing forever with one click of a button. This now lets you continue to use your summit forever, bringing in qualified and engaged leads every month into your business. Get more information at virtualsummit.com.
And the reality is most hosts run their first summit and get less than 2,000 leads and then give up. Why? You literally just got so much incredible experience and knowledge. Don't give up now. I'm going to do an entire episode on how important it is to start thinking of summits as a part of your business strategy instead of just using it as a one-off marketing strategy. The reason is you now have momentum. People now know about you and your summit. You need to immediately let them know or make it available that you'll be running another one in the future. The next summit you run will be better. It will generate more leads and it will make more money. Plus, it will only strengthen your brand. Stop doing one-off summits. Use that momentum and exposure to create another one. This is a great reason the One Day Summit series is so powerful. If you haven't listened to episode 111 yet, please go listen to it. And I'd recommend episode 100 as well. So episode 111, episode 100. Those are 2 must-listen to episodes. So how do you increase your summit success? You need to give yourself time. I know a lot of summit coaches say you can get a summit done in 90 days, but you don't have to. You can take 4 months or 5 months if you want. In our Viral Summits concierge service, we ask for 6 months. Why? Because creating a masterpiece takes time and energy. Now, it doesn't mean you don't do anything else during that time. It just means you give yourself more time to build it out and build relationships. Next, think it through. You need to make sure it aligns with your brand, and just as importantly, that it aligns with your offer or product you will plan to sell after your summit. That's where the money is at. Make sure it aligns correctly. Plus, make sure it's something that you get excited about, something fun that you want to create. Don't just do it to be a list grabber. Do some research. Find out what's already been done and then do something different. Don't do another generic how to build your business summit. Those have already been done. Get creative. Do something different. Get allies on board and bring them on to speak. Don't focus just on the big names. Most of them aren't going to promote your summit anyways. Get people who are like-minded micro-influencers with an audience and build a relationship with them. Lastly, plan it out and get organized. If it's just thrown together and you don't have the items to your speakers with enough time for them to promote it, then it's not their fault. Be sure you are following up with the speakers, letting them know it's coming and that they will have the promotional materials soon. Plus, make it fun. We talked about Summit Leaderboard Contest in episode 113 and how that can increase speaker promotions. Do something fun with your speakers. Also, incorporate an engagement strategy with your audience. Turn each attendee into an evangelist and get them to help you promote your summit. Now that will only work if your summit is engaging and your topic is something that is inspiring to them. And lastly, just remember, if it's your first summit, it's okay if it doesn't do 10,000 leads. It's your first summit. It's not going to be your best. Don't stop there. Start planning another one right away while the lessons are still fresh. Remember, it's not the size of the audience. It's about the quality and engagement. Plus, have something planned to take the audience to after the summit. That's where the money's at. It only takes a few hundred leads to make 6 figures. You can do this. I believe in you. It's just been breaking my heart seeing so many summit hosts finally get the courage to run a summit. Then the summit doesn't perform well, or at least according to their expectations, and then they just give up. You're so close to having something so epic. Don't quit. Keep going. Do one more summit, or better yet, do a summit series and watch your results continue to grow and build. You're sitting on a gold mine. Don't quit. You got this, and I believe in you. We're here to support you as well. Make sure you're checking out the free resources over at virtualsummits.com to give you all the tools and insights you need to build a successful summit. And if you know you want a summit but are worried about your ability to do it, then reach out to us about our Viral Summits concierge service. Let's see if we can help you get those results right away. Now, I know you have a message that the world needs to hear. You just need a little help getting it out there. And that's what we're here to do. All right, I'll see you on the next episode.
Thanks for listening. Now don't forget to subscribe and leave a 5-star review on the Virtual Summit podcast. Head over to the show notes to check out all the links and resources from this episode, and be sure to grab your free trial of the Virtual Summit software.
Now, I want to end this episode by saying to all the Summit hosts listening right now, I believe in you, and you can do this. Summits are by far one of the most powerful ways to quickly grow your list, launch your platform, make more money, and most importantly, make an impact in the world, even if you're just getting started. So don't get caught up in analysis paralysis, because the world needs to hear your message, and there are people who are waiting for you to help them. So just get started, because imperfect action is always better than no action. Thank you, and see you on the next episode.